This is my 4 foot by 3 foot glass dry erase board. It has a metallic paint on the back that also gives it a white look, so it looks like your traditional dry erase board, right? And it really does have a nice look to it, as you can see. I like the fact that it's glass because when you draw with one of the included markers, and it does come with 2 markers and an eraser, some magnets here, as you can see. But when you draw, since it's glass, it really doesn't retain any of the markings at all. It does a really great job of just like them removed once you erase them, right? So it came with these magnets, which I really like, and then I bought some extra markers here, right? You can see these markers. They were pretty cheap markers on Amazon, and I'm not really going to recommend these markers because although they work good, as you can see, they're little markers, but they work pretty good. No problem there. They don't really work as far as the magnet on them. The magnet on them is really cheap, and it's thin, as you can see there, and it can't even support its own weight. I don't know if the magnetic pull on this board is just not that strong, but for whatever reason, these magnets seem to stick. They're a higher quality magnet. So I'm going to recommend markers in the description that have a higher quality magnet on them. So a couple things you should know about this board, all right? When you're hanging this board, I'm going to show you the easiest way to hang it on drywall like I did. I recommend putting the ledge on first because then you have something to put your level on, sit it on where it'll stay. I downloaded a level app on my iPad here, or you could do the same thing on your phone if you don't have a physical level. I have a physical level, but I wanted to show you your options because not everybody has one, right? And you can see I'm dead center there, 0, which means it's perfectly level. You don't have to be perfectly level, honestly. If you're off by a little decimal point there, you're fine. So as you can see, there's 4 like grommets in each corner there, right? And what that is there's 4 holes right through the glass. And you can see you screw these little cups into the wall, right? And then you just take this thing and the cups are threaded, and you just put this right through the hole and just thread that right into there. But you have to install this into the drywall first, right? Each one of them. How you do that is with these, right? They give you these. These are the little corkscrew things that kind of self-start. So what I did was my board was flat. I didn't have any of the metal on there. I just had the 4 holes, right? I took it and I pressed it up against the wall and held it as hard as I could with all my body weight, right? You might want to get a friend to help you. It's a lot easier if you have 2 people. So when you have a friend helping you, they're going to hold the board flat against the wall as hard as they can, and you're going to keep telling them to move one side up or down until you get to as close to level as you can get, right? And that's where the markers came in. I actually used the markers that came with it. Once we had it perfectly level through each hole, I dead centered as best I could the marker right in the center of the hole onto the drywall. So I had 4 marks, right? And I was able to take the board down. We had our 4 marks from the marker, right? And we knew they were going to be level because we leveled it with our level, right? Then you take these things. These things have a tendency to me to not start off in the drywall, even though they're nice and pointy. So what I did was I went to each hole, and I grabbed a screwdriver, like a Phillips head screwdriver, and I just pressed it through each little black mark. Pressed it through a little bit, pressed it through, pressed it through, pressed it through. Then you're able to take a screwdriver or a screw gun, put this right into that little hole that you make with your screwdriver, and screw this right in. Once you do that, it's really a matter of just, now you got one of these in your wall. I'm going to show you how they look when they're in. Kind of look like this anchor here looks pretty similar to that, right? So once you got that into your wall, but in drywall, you take your little piece of metal here, sit it over it, and there's a hole. You put a screw right through it and into that anchor. Then you do it for all 4, right? And then you're able to screw these right into them. You screw these in right by hand. And there's rubber washers they give you that goes in between both sides so that they don't crack the glass and you're tightening them by hand. Remember to only tighten them by hand because it is glass. There is something about this I wanted to tell you though, guys. I said I wanted you to wait till the end. And it's kind of something I'm a little concerned about because I have kids and we're a pretty active household, right? When I press on this thing, you can see, watch. I mean, it flexes. Can you see? I don't know if this is going to come up in video. We're going to see. See how much that flexes? Now, I worry about that because if somebody were to trip kind of and just like, not hit it maybe, I worry this thing will break. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to link to you a piece of foam in the description that I would like to stick behind it. Really, if you can even get foam like styrofoam. You get some styrofoam, you stick it back there. But I would recommend just kind of supporting maybe like an area about maybe this big back there, right? With styrofoam, and just kind of wedge it back there, push it back there with a board or however you got to get it back there. And it's going to really keep that thing sturdy but not be so solid that it'll break if it comes in contact with the glass when you hit it. So I hope this video helps you. And if you want one of these boards, I definitely recommend it. I found the cheapest one on Amazon that I could find at this price point that really works well. And like I said, I'm going to link that below. Thanks for watching.